Hello everyone, this is Dr. Wang. I'm going to do the fire extinguisher lab, or in a simple way, it's just the carbon dioxide production lab. Okay, so for safety measure, I tie up my hair, although it's not that long, but that's what we should do. And then I put my apron. And then I'm going to put on my goggle, looking for where my goggle is. Okay, here. This is my goggle I put on. And then the experiment, what you needed to do is, so here is the handout. You should see this one in your Google Classroom. Let's look this one carefully. Okay, so this one, it could be called fire extinguisher lab, or simply said carbon dioxide production lab. Okay, you need to read through. If you haven't, just stop this video and then read through. Okay, so what I have decided to do is I decided to change the amount of baking soda. So I'm going to try to manipulate the table. You can see my table here. So from this direction, you can see this version is better. You can see I have vinegar. And then this one is my baking soda. So the teacher will give you the available amount. Can you see it? There you see this thing. So you can make baking soda, look like that. And then vinegar, the teacher give you 50 milliliters of vinegar, give you 10 grams of baking soda. You see that? This is baking soda. Okay. So I decided to do my independent variable. These are here. So these are my independent variable. This one part, I'm going to decide to the amount of baking soda. Okay, so that's what I'm going to change, amount of baking soda. So I have already weighted the amount I'm going to use. So the first one I'm going to use is 0.25 gram. The second one is 50 gram. The third one is 75 grams. You can guess what my fourth one would be, right? So I wanted to show you I indeed measured them carefully. So I'm going to show you when I measure this 1 gram, what I'm going to measure. So this is the scale. So when I have this scale, I turn this one on, I zero it. And then you never would put your chemical directly on the weighing dish. It's going to damage it, right? So I put a piece of paper. Once I put a piece of paper on it, we needed to zero this one again. So I zero. Oh, whoops. I pushed the off button. Just push on this one again. And then, so right now it balanced by itself. Make sure they are zeroed. Okay. And then I'm going to add 1 gram. This is one of the variation I have decided to use. So 0, and then carefully put in 1 gram. I did the others also very carefully to weigh that in case you worry about. Okay. Very carefully close to it. Okay, yes, we got 1 gram. So I'm going to put this one aside, put my scale away. Turn this one off and then put it away. Okay. Okay. And then the goal is our dependent variable. So look at my paper. Dependent variable would be the volume of carbon dioxide when you write capital C, capital O, subscript 2. The volume of CO2 produced. Okay. And then, so this part, the two controlled variables I let you to think about. Okay, the first one I can tell you is I'm going to use 5 milliliter of vinegar every time. And then the second one, you got to observe the experiment and then figure out on your own. Okay, so the device we use, this one is a bottle. I'm going to turn the direction to this way, you can see carefully. So this bottle, I'm going to, can you see better? Oh, this one is better. So I'm going to use this bottle, I have 2 there, but this one, okay. I'm going to use this bottle to put in the baking soda. The first one I'm going to put in is, can you see this one? Is 0.25 gram. So I'm going to put this one in. Put this one in, okay. And then after this one, so this is the device. This is the graduated syringe. So this syringe is going to be used to collect the volume of vinegar and also the carbon dioxide produced. So what it's going to do is, guys, you pay attention to see this part. I want to see well. This one. So they have 5, this one, 5, 10, 15, 20. So the unit is milliliter ml. So you see the 2 lines, the black 2 lines. Can you see 2 lines? So look at the front line. So if the front line is here, this means 5. If the front line is here, this means 15. If this one here, this means 25. So that's how you read this thing, okay? So remember, every time I'm going to use 5 milliliter of vinegar. So the first time we go. So here is my vinegar. I'm going to suck only 5. Okay, there is a little bubble. A little bubble here. I'm going to take away the bubble, make sure. Okay, and then go back to confirm I have 5. Yes. Okay. So, guys, you can see I have exactly 5 inside. So, and then I'm going to put the stopper, the rubber stopper in, so that I can I'd be able to seal this part. So the lower down to seal this part. So I put this one here, and then I'm going to deliver by pushing the top. I'm going to deliver the vinegar in, right? And then the vinegar, baking soda would combine to produce carbon dioxide. Since this part is going to be sealed, so the carbon dioxide has no other place to go but push the plunger up. And then where the plunger stops, that means how much the carbon dioxide produce. Okay, you can see the whole thing. Make sure. Let me see. Okay, kind of you can see that. I'm going to turn around so that you can see the labeling. Okay. So I'm going to push this one in. I want to push it so you see the bottom reaction too. Okay. So bottom is the 0.25 gram of baking soda. So I'm going to push this one in, and then seal this carefully. seal this carefully. I hope you see the rising of the plunger. The rising is caused by the carbon dioxide produced in the reaction. Since this part is sealed, they have no other place to go but rising here. Okay. So when this one stops, I will bring this one closer, and then you can record how many milliliter of carbon dioxide produced. So right now, it seems like it's still rising, but very slowly. Okay, I think it's kind of stopped. Yeah, I pretty much think that this is stopped. So we are going to read this first one together, and then the rest part you would read on your own. Okay? Okay, I'm going to stop this one. So I just take this one out. Okay. And then I'm not touching the top part, so it's upside down so you can read this one carefully. Okay. So let's make this one, bring this one closer for you to see. Focus on this thing. Okay, so hope you can see this one. So right now what you look at is, so 5, 10, 15, 20. So this part is 25. So you can see my line is not a 25 yet. So the line here is actually 24. So you would write on your paper, so at this time, so write on your paper, and then later you can put this one into a nice table. So somewhere you're going to see to write things like that. This one. Somewhere I'm going to write down when is 0.25 gram. This one is formed 24 milliliter. So this is just a brief note, not a data table. It is your job to organize this into a beautiful data table. Okay, so I got to speed up a little bit to see where is my recording. Okay, so guys, I'm going to stop here because my recording would not be long enough. So I finished this one, and then I started to record the second one. The second one would be faster because you know the process. I just changed the gram, how many of them, okay? So I'm going to stop